Hi, it's Maya here, and today I'm going to do my June TBR. Now, I only do TBRs if I have a lot of books out from the library, because that is the only way that I know what I'm going to be reading any specific month. Usually I just pick and choose from my shelves with no planning beforehand. So I have a few books from the library right now, and I also decided to do a sort of theme for my reading for June, which is books with LGBTQIA characters from LGBTQ plus authors. So let's get on to the books. The first book that I have here is The Privilege of the Sword by Alan Kushner. And I read the first Riverside book, Sword's Point, earlier this year, and I really liked it. So now I picked this one up from the library. And it is the second Riverside book in the inner chronology, but the third that she actually wrote. But I've been advised by a few booktubers that I should read this one first. So that's what I'm going to do. So this series has a lot of nobles and a lot of sword fights, and I'm pretty excited because this book has a female protagonist. In the first book there weren't that many female characters, or at least that many that were focused on, so I'm excited to see the world from a female point of view. And next in this theme is a book that I own, which is The Red Tree by Algernon, and this is sort of a horror or dark fantasy story. And this is about Sarah Crowe, who goes to live in an old house in rural Rhode Island, and she discovers a manuscript written by the former tenant, who was an anthropologist who was obsessed with an ancient oak that grows on the property. And I think Sarah also grows a bit obsessed with the tree, and I'm really excited to get this one. I've owned it for quite a long time, and I've always meant to read it, but I have never gotten to it actually, so now I'm definitely going to read it. Next I have a couple of books that aren't science fiction or fantasy, and first I have Maurice by Ian Forster, and I think this is about a relationship between two men, and I really liked the one book that I've read from Forster before, so I hope this is as good as The Room with a View. And I also picked up one YA, which is Boy Meets Boy by David Levithan, which I don't know actually a lot about, but I think it's quite an upbeat book. At least I hope it is, that's what I've heard. So those were all the books that fit the LGBTQ plus theme that I have. I'm also waiting on Overdrive. I have a reservation for Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire, and I really hope I get that in June. And then I have a couple of other library books that don't have anything to do with the theme. One of them is Lord Edgware Dies by Agatha Christie, because I'm slowly reading the Poirot books in order, and this is the next one. I hope to get to this one in June, but it may be that I'll have to push it back to July. But anyway, I'm going to read this soon. And I also got just today Flowers for Algernon by Danielle Keyes, which I haven't read before, I know. So this is about Charlie Gordon, who is a floor sweeper, and he has a real low IQ until an experiment in human intelligence turns him into a genius. And this is a science fiction classic, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. So these are probably all the books that I'm going to be reading in June, but I'm actually going to be buying a lot more books because I'm going to London this weekend, and I'm going book shopping with Elizabeth from Books and Pieces and Claire Rousseau. So I'm going to be buying a lot of new books and maybe even reading them during the same month, hopefully. So this might still change, but this is what I'm planning currently. What are you going to read in June? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you later.